2. That is the match, the Group D tie between China and Canada. As you can see there, China 4-0 up. They've won it in straight games all the way. The last match was the women's doubles second rubber between Liu and Xia and Choi and Ang, winning that easily 21-6, 21-4. So we're into our third women's singles match, and that's between Han Yue and Wen Yu, who's playing obviously in her first Uber Cup match here in our house. Joining me on the commentary is Grania Somerville, and as we see there, it is going to be Han Yue versus Wen Yu Zhang from Canada. Grania, that is another interesting clash because Han Yue, of course, a lot more experienced than Wen Yu.
Yes, definitely. Canada's young team is getting a lot of experience during this tournament, and China's experience is shining through in the results.
And this is obviously the players for the Court 1 match that's happening at the same time in the Thomas Cup. That's between Chinese Taipei and Thailand. And the players are walking out on Court 1 while we wait for our Court 2 matches and the players to come on board. And a 4-0 victory so far from China. What have you made of their performance?
Yeah, I think they've definitely come out all guns blazing. It hasn't been their strongest team. Both their number one singles and doubles have sat this one out. But the next ones in line definitely have done China proud and have just gone out there and got the job done.
And obviously both teams in this Uber Cup fielding a good mix of old and young players. Even China, with Du Yue and Li Yunhui sitting out. The Uber Cup is not the second women's doubles they are. So they've brought in some young players who are going to be tested throughout this tournament. It's a long tournament, 9 days. There are lots of matches coming up. We saw in the Sudirman Cup, which is slightly shorter, where the players were tiring out by the end of those matches. The Chen Yufei had played something like 5 out of 6 matches. Shi Yuqi, I remember. And they were really tired at the end of it. So this is a good way, if you have a big team and you have a good strength and depth, this is, it really works in tournaments like these.
Yeah, and I think people overlook as well that it is a long day for the players. Typically, you just come in, warm up for your match, play a match, go home and rest. But because it's this team event, you're sitting in the stands the whole time, you're cheering, you're kind of engaged and, have to be quite alert. It's not the same rest that you would typically have.
There you go. Han Yue and Wen Yu coming on court shortly. That's that third women's singles rubber.
And we saw that Rachel Chan put up a great fight in the second women's singles previously, so hopefully Wen Yu can lead on from that.
Han Yue, she won the 2018 Sai Modi International. So, she knows all about playing on the tour. She's quite a regular on tour. She's got a lot of matches under her belt. So it's quite a juxtaposition, and if you compare it to Wen Yu Zhang of Canada, who's about to walk on, because unlike her Chinese opponent, Wen Yu Zhang has not got as many matches on the tour. So this is the final match of the Group D clash between China and Canada. See Brian Yang there sitting in the back, supporting his team, supporting his country. He'll be an important factor in the men's team, of course. But here you go. This is their first meeting between the two players. They have never played before as they do the toss of the coin. And it will interestingly be a bigger challenge, I would imagine, for Wen Yu Zhang taking on a more experienced opponent. But they've got nothing to lose now. She's got absolutely no pressure on her. Whatever happens, happens. She should just play her natural game, and that, I'm sure, is what the plan is.
So I think we've found so far that the shuttles are a little bit slow. And here we have Han Yue, age 21, 168 centimeters tall. Current ranking of 27, but has been as high as 12 in the world.
Yeah, she was really doing well in 2018, you know, after when she won that side Modi International, and that's when she was, you see her sort of kind of peaking at that point, and then of course, I'm sure COVID and the sort of stopping of matches had a part to play in her rankings dropping and her not getting enough tournaments under her belt. Zhang Wen Yu, 19 years of age, 171 centimeters tall, she's a tall girl, ranked 269 in the world. She was born in Yunnan, China, but has obviously since moved to Canada and is a resident of the country. Her highest ranking was 231. There you have your umpire, Hedem Larsen from Denmark. And the service judge with him will be Kevin Bunn from USA. Familiar faces as they have officiated through this tie on and off. So yeah, 269 in the world, you know, again, someone who's ranked 27 in the world, that's a big gap, right?
It is. But as I said earlier, these younger players from Canada, they haven't been playing that many open tournaments, so they haven't been able to establish a ranking, they haven't played the tour, so this is kind of their first experience, you know, after tournaments are getting back up and running. So it'll be, you know, a good chance for them to get these matches under their belt and then also lead into tournaments in the future to build up their rankings once they have the opportunity.
Han Yue, of course, also hasn't played in 2021, so she is a bit rusty, if you can call it that.
Hasn't played internationally, I'm sure they have.
I know, she's played the national Chinese nationals and stuff, but yeah, hasn't played in the international arena in 2021, and so she'll be looking to, you know, dust off the cobwebs, if you can say that, against her international opponents. The 78-49 win-loss record in her career, and was last seen on tour in 2020 at All England as well. So that was the last time we actually saw Team China on tour. So unsurprisingly, a lot of these players, that was the last time they played on tour. And she had lost to Pornpawi Chochuang in the round of 32, and that was in 3 games. So she had taken Pornpawi Chochuang to all the way. Chochuang, of course, this year is a finalist at All England. So, here we go. Last match of the tie, the third women's singles rubber. Canada will serve.
Wen Yu Zhang.
Wen Yu Zhang to serve to
Canada to serve.
Han Yue.
Level. Play.
Great shot from Wen Yu.
Just gliding across the net, gliding the shuttle.
Super high serve as well.
That's out. I can confidently say that, but that's out.
Same spot.
Yeah.
2-1.
Well, it is her first outing on the court, so again, it's about learning the environment of the stadium, what that's like, how the shuttle moves, and it will get, both players will settle in slowly into this match and
3-1.
try to put their best foot forward.
Nice hold cross left from Wen Yu there, and an even nicer cross pull shot from Han Yue.
3.
Kristen Tsai getting behind her players. Oh, great shot. That was a lovely down the line.
Service over.
A lot of snap in that one. Loved it.
So Han Yue up 4-2 in this first game. It's a 2-point gap, of course, but still everything to play for. And she'll be looking to give her team the clean sweep in this tie. That's out.
5-2.
If Zhang Wen Yu can just keep pace with her opponent, I think they just stay in this match as much as possible. That would be important. It's maybe making the opponents,
5.
let the opponents make the mistakes a little bit as they learn about how the shuttle moves and stuff like that.
Wen Yu's doing quite well at the net with her kind of hold, but with a quick push. She's just kind of struggling to find the sidelines on those clear shots. A few too many have gone wide there now.
Great drop shot. Great little drop shot from Han Yue there to make it 7-3. It's a high serve. Unfortunately, it's the errors that are costing her at the moment, Wen Yu Zhang, whether at the net or on the lines.
She's liking to use those holds at the net, Wen Yu. Some of them have worked, but a few have also not worked, so need to figure out if they're worth it or not, if they're not all.
So they'll be back to the drawing board for Canada a little bit, you know, after this matchup. They still very much have a lot of, you know, action coming their way.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do next, depending on Michelle Lee and if she's able to continue competing. Maybe it'll be Rachel Chan who steps up to be the #1 women's singles in the next few ties if Michelle needs to sit those out.
As you mentioned, Rachel Hondrick, of course, can also play singles. So
she can. I don't think she's played it in a while, but I'm sure she probably still can because she trains insanely, so her fitness is definitely there.
Yeah. In the team, they also have Crystal Lai, who's used to playing in the double setup, so they can move things around in Team Canada should Michelle Lee not be able to play in the next few matches.
4-10.
That was well played from Wen Yu Zhang.
You'd think that Michelle Lee would be kind of putting her main focuses towards World Champs in Spain as well. I mean, as much of an honour it is to represent your country in a team's championship, that's also a really big, I guess, you know, tournament for any player. And that would give her a lot of time to prepare and get herself ready for that tournament.
Yeah, she may have needed that time anyways, and because this is a team event, she may have decided to see how she was, test it out, and it didn't work out for her in that first match. But you know, Team Canada should be proud of their showing. They've had a good run. They've had some exceptional performances in the women's doubles and the women's singles, and this was while the scoreline here is a bit one-sided. Take nothing away from their performance. Han Yue there now, 11-5 up at the interval in that first game. And she is on track to giving China the 5-0 win. So this is a big moment for Team Canada to try and come back.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
Players back on court now after a short break in that first game.
11-5.
Han Yue to serve at 11-5. net for Wen Yu Zhang. But China, 14 times champions, then 17 finals. 2018 was the only time they didn't make the final, and that was with a pretty solid team. But Thailand did really well to stop them in their tracks in the semi-finals. So if there are lessons to be learned about how to stop China, look at that match and how Thailand played, because that was an amazing match, an amazing tie to watch. Just the energy and the level of play that Thailand brought in that 2018 semi-final against China. If anyone wants to know how to stop them, that's the one to watch.
But Thailand, of course, won't be at their strongest this year in the Uber Cup, as Ratchanok has unfortunately had to sit this one out with her mother recently passing away, so she stayed back in Thailand.
There is news, though, that she might come and join the team at a later stage.
Oh, okay.
At the quarterfinals, if they make the knockouts.
Okay, yeah.
There is news of that, but nothing confirmed.
Yeah.
But that would be a big boost for them, of course. But they have some really good women's singles talent, undoubtedly. Punpawi Chachawang has really blossomed in the last couple of years. Busanan has also been there. So Ratchanok has, paved the way really well for the next generation of players. And similarly, Michelle Lee is looking to do the same with Canada.
Exactly.
That's just out. It's 14-7 now to China, who have also an exceptionally strong women's singles lineup. They're all very young as well. This current crop of players, all in their 20s, early 20s, I'd say. So they've got a lot of badminton ahead of them, which is worrying for the others, maybe. That was... Mishit that completely, Hanyue, but
she's definitely in control of this match, pushing when you're around the court. She has that extra level of speed and power where she's just hitting the lines just like that.
Yep.
15-8.
She's tired of cheering, Jai Fan. Someone's having to massage her shoulders.
Her left shoulder definitely needs taking care of. It is a weapon that needs
massaging.
That needs massaging, so that's ready to go when called upon.
Service over. 9-15.
Just out there. Anyway, definitely, making some mistakes in this game, but I think it's more about just trying to find her game and find her place in this match. You feel that she's just going to get stronger as the match progresses?
Yeah, I think she's really keeping her energy and her intensity high.
There you go. Fantastic net shot. Kill shot, as I say, in badminton.
Yes.
I love the backhand kill shot. It is a thing of beauty.
17.
Once you master it. Yeah. Up until then, it's frustrating. You feel like, why can't I kill it?
How's your backhand kill shot then?
It's getting there. It's getting there. I think it's improved.
Well, one would think it's easier to play than the backhand smash. Tofik
Yes.
Hidayat's master stroke.
Yes, definitely. Big cross-court drop there, just
10,
going wide.
17.
Really like the variation from Hanyue in the backcourt.
Oh, lovely.
Both of them doing incredible round the head snaps.
Just missing it by the edge. She was going for that net roll there, but just missing it. But yeah, the right plan again.
Wen Yu really seems to like those holds at the net. Oh, beautiful.
Service over. 11-18.
She's definitely doing well, showing that she's got a lot of weapons in her tank. She's just struggling to keep it all together for the whole match, but definitely promising things for Wen Yu.
You just think that they're now sort of finding their rhythm. You feel like they're both playing a lot better, controlling the shuttle better, and they're just finding their rhythm.
Yeah.
Overall.
I think they've gained, confidence in their strokes and like their range of the court, finding the lines, knowing what to hit, what to leave, and figuring out their opponent a bit more as well.
19-11 now, 2 points away from sealing the first game, Han Yue. Another lovely cross-court backhand from
20 game point.
Han Yue to
11.
bring up game point, 20-11 now. 9 game points for the Chinese player. Ooh.
Service
Beautiful
Lovely
cross net,
shot.
but I think in the end Han Yue left that thinking it was out also.
20. Game.
That is game and match game sealed. Oh, match, I'm way ahead of myself. Game sealed by Han Yue at 21-12. And another solid performance from Team China overall. A match point there, a game point there.
Just a bit too flat on that clear shot from Wen Yu, giving Han Yue the opportunity really to just step in and block that.
So she's halfway there now in this match, Han Yue, to put China 5 zip up and seal victory in this Group D match. It'll be a 2-minute break between the two games. The confirmation of the first game, 21-12 in 14 minutes. Han Yue takes it for China. But Wen Yu Zhang has certainly shown, especially in that second half of that game, that she has quite a few tricks in the bag.
Yes, you may clear back, but you really get to the net, you've got to hit, follow.
Despite it being quite cold and all, the stadium itself is pretty warm, so players are sweating quite a bit. We're finding a bit hot up at the commentating
I
area.
bet you want to be in your, badminton gear,
Yes.
out of your jackets. So here we go, second game about to start. Han Yue to serve after changing sides.
Second game. Level. Play.
I think that is exactly what her coach told her to do, is to hit and run forward, and that's what she did. And Han Yue just goes and does that, hits it over her head.
A little shake of the head there from Wen Yu Zhang. Oh, great shot from Han Yue there, great drop shot.
Playing someone of Han Yu's level, they just have so much versatility in their strokes that you can't really predict anything, like that beautiful cross-court drop shot. It's hard to say. When I hit here, they always do this because they can always mix it up because they have such skills and adaptability in their repertoire of shots.
That is
3 love.
unfortunately another mistake from Wen Yu Zhang of Canada, and that puts love 3 down in the second game. Just trying to push her opponent to the back, and then makes the error with the net shot. So 4 love up now, China. Oh,
Again with that drop shot.
there was a glorious over the head
Love.
shot before that, and then you can just see the variety of strokes in Han Yu's bag.
And the quality of them all.
Yeah.
Service over.
Finally on the scoreboard,
5.
Wen Yu Zhang.
There's that net deception again. A trademark of her game, I think. Yeah, she loves it. And it's pretty effective, so why wouldn't
There
we?
you go. That was when it played out to her
Yeah,
benefit.
well played.
2, 5.
So you can see she holds that net, and then she can play the tight net shot with doing the kind of the motion as if she's going to lift and then still play the net.
Yeah.
So that's where the deception is, and then she can hold the net and quickly do a quick flick to the backcourt as well. So I think it's great that she keeps playing it if you know the consistency's there and she's not making errors with it.
Yeah. So Han Yue with another drop shot there to make it 6-2. They're serving really high, both these women. Oh,
Service over.
uncharacteristic error from Han Yue at the net.
3-6.
Team China, though, shaking it easy. They're enjoying themselves. I think, Gonya, you can definitely go down and ask them for a hit after this.
I'm sure they've already had all their tough training. Or have it to look forward to.
5-6.
Wen Yu's coming back into it. A few errors from Han Yue there.
Service over.
That was a good rally from Wen Yu with the really punchy, clear shot, setting up that short, clear shot back from Han Yue. Just couldn't execute on that drop shot, but right idea.
Just trying to keep the points short. Again, lovely cross-court
9.
shot from Han Yue. She's really acing those cross-court shots
Yeah.
on the forehand.
I
Whether it's-
think Wen Yu just has to be a bit careful of that. The flat clear shot now with Han Yue kind of jumping into it. Clears like that a bit high can give her a bit more time to get back to her base and set up for her defensive position.
10-5 now to Han Yue in the second game. She's a point away from taking a 6-point lead at the interval. And she is definitely moving her opponent around to her liking. So Han Yue up 11-5 at the interval in the second game. She's already taken the first game 21-12, so she is looking in good touch as the players have a quick chat with their coaches before the restart of the second game.
Got to 20 seconds. Got to 20 seconds. Yeah.
Players coming back on air. That last one was the point just before the interval.
11-5.
The error coming off Wen Yu's racket. Han Yue to serve again at the restart. It's really something when Han Yue is your third women's singles, isn't it?
Yes. Lots of other teams would be very happy if she was their third, but China has a if she was their first, but China has the luxury of having that kind of level as their third. Hold out there, but very close.
It's just missed the line. The crowds are getting bigger in the stadium because Denmark's coming up very, very soon, in less than 2 hours on here in court 2. It's a 14-5 for Han Yue. It's got a 9-point lead. There's a good idea initially from Wen Yu.
15-5.
But unfortunately, the final shot going wide. That one.
She really loves those holds at the net. When they work, they're great, but she just doesn't have that consistency in this game right now with them.
But that will also come with more
15.
match practice and, you know, playing more matches and...
Yeah, I think it's better to, you know, have them as part of your game than to not be able to play them, but just figuring out the right times to play them and gaining that consistency in them so that there's that better chance that they're going to always work.
6.
And you also don't want to depend on them too much. Don't want to become too easy to read for your opponent.
It's good to have it as a surprise thing as opposed to your kind of staple shot.
Yeah.
7-16.
Great shot from Han Yue there. I'm really admiring her overhead strokes. They have such great angle and sharpness to them. And then Wen Yu's also got great shots from the back there. Stop drop. Nice, quick cross drops. I think Canada have a lot of things to look forward to with these two girls in the women's singles, Rachel Chen and Wen Yu Zhang. I think they have great game styles, and especially both being quite young, they can push each other as well to improve their levels together.
Yeah, she's, you know, they're young, they're teenagers currently, so they've got a long way ahead of them, a big, long career ahead of them. Han Yue, of course, you know, even though she seems like she's been around for a while, is also really young, and she was speaking at, you know, in 2018, I remember at Side Modi, she beat Saina Nehwal, and, you know, imagine beating the home favorite in the finals, soaking up all that pressure, you know, coming through. So, you know, that kind of confidence, that kind of win to get at that, you know, 3 years ago, and you can see that she's very much controlling her game. Match point here, 27. Oh, great net shot.
Oh, there it is. Her signature cross drop that's worked multiple times in this game.
So there you have it, Han Yue sealing the win for China. And it is 21-12, 21-7, as you just heard from the umpire. Han Yu doing it in style, ending it with her signature move, as we like to say. And just there, you're going to see it. The net shot there, and then that's the shot. A thing of beauty. Han Yue winning China. The tie 5-0. So, China off to a great start.
Yes, they definitely dominated here, but I think Canada showed a lot of what they have to look forward to in the future and put up a good fight with what they had.
The Canadians, of course, will now go back and, look at this experience that they've had on day one on court 2, and then use that, of course, to prepare for their next matches, which are just as important, that are coming up. There's confirmation of that third women's singles tie, Han Yue beating Zhang Wen Yu 21-12, 21-7 in 25 minutes. And it was a fantastic performance from the Chinese overall, winning 5-0 against Canada. So, confirmation of all the results, 5-0, the final score for China against Canada. All straight games, with Hebing Jiao beating Michelle Lee, but Michelle Lee retiring there, and then Li Wenmei and Zheng Yu beating Hondrik and Tsai in straight games. And then we had Wang Jiyi getting the better of Rachel Chan. Liu and Xia easily dispatching Choi and Ang 21-6, 21-4, and then Han Yue finishing it off for China against Zhang Wen Yu 21-12, 21-7. So, solid performance from Team China here on court 2. But there is plenty more action coming up here on court 2. Session 2 gets underway at 1:30 local time, and that is Denmark versus Malaysia, the other Group D match in the Uber Cup. And that promises to be a classic. So stay tuned for that one.